Hey, how's it going? I'm back, sort of. I like to brief, what my video is going to be about in a brief sense. Where I've been, what I've been doing, and what we're going to be doing today. What we're going to be doing today is developing all the film that I shot over a year ago, because I actually have not shot film in about a year. All my 4x5 holders are full, so I can't even shoot 4x5 film at the moment. I got like 11 holders full of film. So today we're going to be developing all the black and white film. I'm going to show you how I do that. At one point, I shot a film development video, but it didn't really hit all the points that I wanted to, so it didn't get finished because I'm a toxic perfectionist. That's not a good label to have. That's not a good attribute to have. It means you have no output, and that is me to a T. Which kind of leads into the second point. I haven't shot film in about a year, so what have I been doing as far as a hobby or something like that? Well, I got my pilot's license. We're up in the air, boys. Getting into some bumperoos, getting into some bumps. Why do I sound like I'm calling in airstrikes over the comms?
Cherokee 2230 Tango, squawk 0723.
072330 Tango. I'm a pilot now. I don't know if I'm ever going to do anything as far as career-wise with it or anything, but I fly little small airplanes, go on little adventures, and those adventures I make YouTube videos out of as well. They're a completely different style than the videos you see here, but you can see those over at my other channel, Luke's Landing, which is also heavily neglected, as is this one. So if you want to, experience double neglection, then you can hop right over there and watch me try not to fall out of the sky. In a separate video, I'm probably going to touch on the fact that I've been kind of burnt out of photography and how that is not something that happened to me. That is something that I actively did by going into my hobby or interacting with my hobby in an unhealthy way. So we're not going to go over that in this video, but I may end up filming it today as well, but that'll be a separate video because I don't think it really belongs here. So here in just a second, I'm going to go through my supplies. We're going to develop some film, hopefully get some images out. I don't even know what the images are. So you'll sort of be seeing them for this at the same time that I am, because I don't even remember shooting these. So should be more fun than just developing something right after. I don't even know if we'll get images out of it because my film has been stored improperly for a year, so they may be all screwed up, but that'll be kind of the fun part of it. If we get an image, it's going to be mind-blowing, I guess. I don't know. Ow. First of all, let's go over what supplies I'm going to be using. First, I have some bottles. Got some new bottles since mine are pretty much ruined from where I, reused and recycled my fixer and whatnot. So I've never had actual glass bottles, so we're going to see how those do. I kind of like the look of them better anyway. They feel a lot better than plastic. We have some simple household twine, rope, string, whatever. Right? Some clothespins, gloves. Keep track of this. Eyedroppers, 2 gallons of distilled water, a sous vide cooker, a Stearman SP445 processing tank. My baby, love this thing. A changing bag, or you don't need a changing bag, but that's what I'm using today. That's pretty much what I always use. Screw blacking out your whole freaking room. Crap's hard. Now, if you're printing, that's different. Then, my chemicals, right? Got new chemicals. Let's see what's in there, because I don't even remember what I ordered. I got 10,000 tools in here, but I can't find a knife. This one's locked. I just need a knife. Haha. Okay. Freaking packing peanuts. A whole box for this? Really? Okay. Whatever. Any other goodies? Oh, they usually send me stickers and stuff. Whatever. I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want to make them sound bad because they didn't send me stickers. We have Ilfosol 3, Ilfosol 3, Ilfosol 3. Got some Ilford Rapid Fixer and some Stop Bath, Ilfol Stop. Other than like a measuring cup, that's pretty much all we're using. Oh, and we have just like a little bin, right, that our water is gonna go into. You don't need 2 gallons of distilled water, by the way. You need like literally just a little bit. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and get our chemicals mixed up, put into our bottles, and then label them. Oh, also, we have some Photo Flow. So it's a hydrophobic coating that just kills the surface tension of water on the film, so that way it dries smoother, faster, and whatnot. Some people don't like to use it because they think it makes their film cloudy, but it's usually because they're using way too much of it. It's extremely concentrated. That's not really the good word, but just think of it that way. I was doing this almost every day for about 2 years, but now it's been over a year, so I'm gonna have to actually read the instructions and mix all these up by measuring everything out. So give me just a minute. All right, so we're gonna measure these out. The capacity on these is 946 milliliters, so we're gonna make 900 milliliters of everything. So we're gonna do 675 milliliters of water. There we go, 675. If you've never used Fixer before, it smells absolutely terrible. Oh God, it's so bad. I remember that smell. So 225 milliliters of Fixer. Don't try this at home, kids. Cancer. How to get cancer. Now the next step is to fill our bin up with some regular water, not distilled water because it don't matter. And then we can get our sous vide cooker going. Let's go fill this up. You can walk in front of it.
Your meth lab experience?
Oh yeah. Big meth vibes. Okay. Cool. Actually gonna move over here. That's better. So right now my Ilfosol is like 63 degrees, I'm gonna call it. So we need to come up quite a bit. So if you've never seen this before, what's gonna happen is your film that you've exposed in your film holders on your field camera, on your 4x5 field camera, needs to be loaded into whatever Patterson tank or development tank that you're gonna be using. So today I'm gonna be using this Stearman SP445 film tank. I love this thing. It's expensive in comparison to Patterson tanks. I probably have 10 different Patterson tanks of different sizes. I'll talk to you about it in a second, once the air compressor goes off. I'll tell you what, even though I think the air compressor is probably pretty loud. I'm gonna try to explain it. I'll probably explain it again here in a little bit and then use whatever take works. But you have a bag like this. So you have a bag like this. The reason that you use something like this or a dark tint or something like that is if you can't black out your room. No light can get in. So I have this little, basically bag in a bag. It's got two zippers. So you'll not go into one pouch, but technically two. You'll zip it up both ways, and you have two little armholes that you can kind of get up in there, manipulate it however. It takes a lot of practice to be able to do this consistently because it's really hard to especially roll like 120 or 35 millimeter film up onto a spool when you can't see it, when you can't see your hands. I would recommend that if you ever gotten some film exposed or you had some, I don't know, dead film for some reason, that you try doing this in the light. We're not gonna screw up your film to, get the feeling down. Try like not looking at it or whatever. And also something else that's really weird is when I get this in here and I can't see it, right? And it's real hard to have the proprioception to be able to feel what I'm doing. Closing your eyes makes your brain work better. It's weird. The way this Stearman tank works is it has these little sheet holders in here, so I can load 2 sheets onto one of these, and there's 2 of them in here. So it's 4 sheets in total can be developed in here, 1 on each side. It will need to go emulsion side out, right? So the film only has one side that actually has the film emulsion on it. The other side is still just, cellulose. So I have to have the correct side facing out on both sides. So it's very important that when I take the film holder, which I'll get one of those, it's very important, I can tell that my hair is crazy right now. It's very important that you keep in mind while you're in here which direction your film is facing, right? Because this is the emulsion side, this is the side that's being shown light to. So when it's in there, you gotta make sure that you remember that it doesn't get flipped or anything like that. It can go into the holder, however, but that side needs to be facing out, not the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and start loading these in here. We're probably only gonna be able to do 4 sheets, or basically like 1 development cycle this time. I'll probably do it all in one video, but just for today, that's what I'm gonna be able to do. That's all I have time for. These are both Fomapan 200. And this one, actually, I think I know what it is, but I have no idea what the photos would look like. This says cow. So I think I have an idea of what that is. This one's blank, or it just says Fomapan 200, but nothing else. I need to keep better notes of like what the photo even was and not just the film or like exposure times. I'm gonna have my film holders on one side and then my Stearman tank on the other side. This thing's warming up and it's like bending. Okay, let's get going here. I ain't got much time. Film be loaded, right? We can move on to the next step, which is gonna be, I'm gonna tie some twine up here to be able to dry my film. It's getting kind of dark out there. See, I just want to tie it up like this right here, and I'm just gonna use some tape. I'm not gonna like drill it in or anything like that. He looked howling at the moon. He loved treeing that raccoon. Okay, so now we're ready to go. Oh, 4x5 prostate exam. Okay, yeah, so now the film's loaded. This is why the Stearman tank is quite a bit better than the Patterson tank, is the capacity of developer and fixer and all your other chems that you use. It needs a lot less than the Patterson tank. I think you're filling up to sometimes 800 milliliters or something like that in the Patterson tank to develop the same amount of film, because you're doing 4 sheets. This does 4 sheets at, I believe it's like 450 milliliters. Pretty simple, because you have your fill and your drain and you have your air vent. But I'll kind of show you how to use this here in just a second. Whatever you do, once you have your film actually loaded, the top can't come off. If the top comes off, you're screwed. That's it, it's over. Now is when stuff gets anxiety inducing, because we're going to go over here to our dev chart. We're gonna go over here to our dev chart, and we're calling for 5 minutes in the dev. We're gonna agitate every 60 seconds. We're gonna start agitation for 10 seconds. With the stop bath, it's only gonna be 10 seconds. And then the fixer is going to be 3 minutes with agitation every 60 seconds as well. We shouldn't, we'll agitate for literally 10 seconds with a stop bath and then pour it out and like, we're good. Oh, look. A wandering funnel. So as soon as we start pouring, that's when we're actually going to, or once it's actually full, tank is good, that's when we'll start our timer. We're not gonna start it as soon as it goes in there. So I'm gonna check my temperatures one last time, and we're looking at 71 degrees. So we'll start with our Ilfosol. You will fill until you start seeing it come out of the vent tube. That's it. Until you start seeing it come out of the vent tube, we start our timer. And then as quickly as we can, do the film drain cap first. Then you give it a squeeze on the vent tube to bring the liquid up to the top. Then put the cap on, and then we'll agitate. So we'll do this for about 10 seconds. So there we go. Give it a bump, bring the bubbles to the top. So there's 60, so we'll agitate again. And the same with Patterson tanks, and the same with Stearman tanks, the agitation. Some they do like a rolling motion or something like that, where Stearman just literally wants you to do it like this right here. One Mississippi, one Mississippi. I used to have a real big issue with spots on my film, or like what I thought were like water spots or something like that, but they actually were air bubbles that were getting stuck in the little bitty texture of the silver halide on the film. So someone recommended to me to basically just give the tank a little spank and send the bubbles to the top. It's worked ever since. Go in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That stops the development reaction. Cool. So now, like, our film technically has an image on it, but it won't stay on it. Hands are shaking. There we go. We should have images on there now, and they should be affixed. So now all we're gonna do is go rinse the film, come back, pull them out. Best way to rinse your film with the Patterson tank is not to take the top off, but leave the top on and just let it, come out of the vent hole. Let it come out like that. Give it one pour out. Right, one okay rinse. So then we can take some photo flow, and it literally is like 2 drops. And we'll just put it in the, bam, 2 drops, that's it. And we'll just let that pour just like that, because it's enough pressure to pour it out the vent hole, so the actual flow that we have going over the film is good enough. You don't want to hit it too hard, because you don't want to just be barraging the emulsion that's still on there. But we'll do that. We'll do it like that for about 2 minutes, and it'll be good to go. This is actually the fixer is the worst as far as if you breathed it or something like that, or got it, you ingested it. This is I think technically the most dangerous chemical, because it's a hydrophobic chemical. It is scared of water. If you get it in you, you're made of water. So stuff will not, you need water to bond with stuff. It keeps it from bonding. If you use PhotoFlow and you think your images like keep coming out like cloudy whenever you use PhotoFlow, and you're like, screw PhotoFlow, I hate that crap. You're using too much. It's literally, the dilution on it is 1 to 201. So you can imagine, 400 milliliters, a ratio to 201. Dump her out, and hopefully we have some images. Hopefully this video is not completely kaput for another reason. Cool. Just grab this, we'll head back in here. And just pop her off. I don't think I see anything yet. There is nothing on that sheet. And, oh, there's definitely something on that. There actually may be, oh, no, there definitely is something on here, and then I just laid it down flat on there. Probably got dust all over it. Cool, yeah, we'll pull them off real quick. Yeah, we have 2 images on here, sweet. There's one. I remember shooting these now. I usually grab it by the film holding marker. Let's do that number. And we just let it dry. I'm thinking that these are photos of the land that I shot in that cow video. Yeah. There's definitely a cow or something there. Cool. And this one had something. What are you? I think these are all from it. Oh, that's out here at the airport. Yep. Hopefully these turn out okay and that they dry okay. I think I see some streaking, but not too big of a deal. But yeah, we'll get those scanned another day. Hopefully check them out. Hopefully this video actually gets put out and I don't see you in a whole other year. Next time we'll do some C41 because I have quite a few 4x5, C41 color and some 120. So I'll holler at you later.